Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10C. I guess we're calling it Season 10C, but the extra 6 episodes we have for The Walking Dead because they released a little trailer after the mid-season finale for Fear the Walking Dead. Honestly, was not expecting the trailer this early or this quick, I should say, because these episodes are this whole thing, it got scheduled this year because of everything that happened, the 6 extra episodes. So it came out pretty quickly. We already got a release date. We got that a couple days ago. I made a video on the channel talking about it, but it's February 28th, so right around the time The Walking Dead usually returns. But really awesome trailer because we get to see some really cool stuff in here that I'm very excited to talk about. Before I do get into it though, I do want to give a spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead or anything like that. And then also, if you are a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe because even though we're on break now for Fear the Walking Dead, we still have a lot of content coming up Walking Dead related. So be sure to hit the subscribe button. But other than that, let's get into the trailer. Alright, so it starts off here. We have The Walking Dead in production. We can see some of the behind the scenes stuff. And then we cut to Daryl. We have Daryl picking up his bow or his arrow from a walker. You can see him here. And then we cut to the next scene, which is kind of amazing. So we have the group here. We have the crew filming behind the scenes. But look who that is next to Daryl. Do you guys know who that is? That is Glenn's baby. Yeah, that's right. Hershel Jr., Glenn and Maggie's baby. I wasn't expecting to see him in the trailer, but this is absolutely awesome. Here's a better look at him. You can see Maggie right here, and yeah, that is super adorable. He even has the hat that Glenn used to wear in the early days of the apocalypse. So, I mean, it looks just like him. I think it's a great casting, and it's going to be really cool seeing him on the show. And we can see the group here walking over to Alexandria, and it's been so long since we've seen Alexandria. It's been so long that I honestly forgot when was the last time we saw Alexandria. And I looked it up, and I believe the last time was Season 10, Episode 10, which was Stalker. It was the episode where we had Beta and Rosita fighting in Alexandria, and then I looked up the air date and it was apparently March 1st 2020. So by the time we see these episodes, it's gonna be like pretty much a year since we last saw Alexandria because it's been that long. So I kind of forgot because they spend so much time at the hilltop, so it's gonna be really cool seeing them go back to Alexandria. This most likely is going to be episode 17. Because I believe episode 17 is going to be picking up where we left off, so it's going to be Maggie and them. But I believe the group is going to split up after this, because remember, each episode sort of has each character, like it's kind of split up, so they don't have to have everybody on set at the same time. We'll get to see more of that in the trailer later on, like right now, right now, because we're going to see Gabriel and Aaron. But anyways, yeah, so we have the crew filming here again. And then we cut to the other side where they're filming Gabriel killing a walker. And we can see Aaron right behind him. And then here's another shot of Aaron and Gabriel. Or you can just see like Gabriel's backpack, but a shot of Aaron. And then we have that scene that we just saw from further away. That was Gabriel killing a walker, and this is the close-up of it. They actually just released a table read for these two. And they run into a new character who's played by Robert Patrick. I have a video on the channel if you want to go check it out. I break it down, but yeah, those two are going to be spending some time together, and they're going to be running into a new character who we'll see later on in the trailer in just a few seconds. But anyways, yeah, so once again, behind the scenes, we got The Walking Dead, and then we have some of the Commonwealth stuff. So we have Princess, Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Eugene here, and you can see the Commonwealth people around them. Well, in this image, you can see that one person behind them. And yeah, I gotta say one more time, like I love the Commonwealth design. And these 6 extra episodes are kind of surprising me because at first when they announced it, I didn't expect it to be as big as it seems now. Like we're actually continuing the story, which is great. All right, and then we have Robert Patrick's character, who I was just talking about. So yeah, this pretty much fits the description of that table read, because in the table read, I believe Aaron and Gabriel were scavenging for supplies and stuff like that, and they were sleeping in some sort of garage or some sort of like building, and then in the middle of the night, I think they were drunk too, and I think in the middle of the night, Aaron just stumbles away. Gabriel wakes up and he couldn't find him, so he wanders around, and then they run into Robert Patrick's character. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing what his role is going to be. I want to say villainous because he doesn't seem very friendly in the table read. He was sort of arguing with Gabriel. And Aaron is missing, so I'm interested in seeing if he has something to do with that. But he also seems, it's hard to tell because it's only one frame, but in the table read, it was only him there. So there was I don't know if he's connected with another group. I wouldn't be surprised if, honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't think he's connected with another group because that would be, way too many groups if you think about it. Because we have the Commonwealth. Well, it's not too many groups, but they just introduced the Commonwealth. And we have Maggie's little group also with Elijah. That could be connected with the Commonwealth as well. But I think because they're introducing the Commonwealth, I don't think they would introduce another group. And we do always see people wandering around by themselves. So interested in seeing if he is going to be playing a bigger part in the future of the show, into season 11. I think that'll be pretty cool. And then we have a shot of Carol here. She looks to just be on the grass by herself. Remember, her and Daryl are gonna have an episode as well. And in the synopsis, it was talking about how Daryl and Carol are going to split ways. I think they get into some sort of argument and they go their own separate way. But I think they're gonna be okay because they're getting a spin-off together. But I think this is what that scene could be, or this is what that episode could be, because they go do their own thing as well. Because remember, again, all the characters are going to be splitting up eventually. Well, I shouldn't say all the characters, but they're going to have little groups because, again, they had to film and there was restrictions in filming, and I think this is the best way to do it. But anyways, moving on. Next, we have some really cool stuff. We have, I believe this is a flashback scene because we have Negan here. And then we have Negan here giving a little wink to somebody. Can you guys guess who it is? I'm sure you can. It's Lucille. Yes, Lucille is going to be in the season finale, I believe, is the Negan episode. But yeah, Here's Negan is coming to life, or parts of the Here's Negan, the comic series, which is Negan's backstory. We're gonna be seeing some of that on the show, and honestly, I was not expecting Lucille footage in the trailer. I wasn't expecting Lucille footage or Hershel Jr. footage. So yeah, this is pretty awesome trailer, you can tell. And if you're wondering why she's wearing a wig, that is because in the comics, Lucille, Negan's wife, has cancer. And it plays a pretty big part in the story, up until the zombie apocalypse happens. So I'm interested in seeing how far back the flashbacks are going to be. They are in the woods here, so I'm interested in seeing I don't know, it's also kind of filmed a little bit interestingly because I'm kind of thinking that maybe what if Negan's imagining her or something, because Negan, I think the finale is going to be a pretty deep episode for Negan, I think, because I remember reading the synopsis and it's something about he is deciding what to do because I think Maggie's gonna give him a lot of heat, and I think it said something about Carol taking him on a walk. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for the Here's Negan episode. And then also, just a little bit of a fun fact for you, Lucille here is actually played by Hillary Burton, who is Jeffrey Dean Morgan's actual real life wife. So that's interesting and pretty cool. And then moving along, we have our buddy here with the mask. So this is Elijah. He's a brand new character. I'm mentioning that because I still know that people were wondering whether or not this is a character who we've seen before in the past. I know Dwayne was a popular theory. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's gonna be Dwayne or anything like that. This looks to be a completely brand new character, who I think he just met up with Maggie, and then they found, I believe, the Commonwealth, if they even know the Commonwealth that is. But what I do know is that Maggie and Elijah, I think they met each other just randomly, and then they just kind of stuck together. And then we have Jerry and Carol hugging here. This looks to be a bit emotional. You can tell by looking at Carol's face here. And yeah, I think I'm pretty prepared to have some emotional deep dives into characters, because again, with the restrictions and filming, I believe they wrote these episodes to focus on certain characters each episode. So they're really gonna deep dive into the characters, I believe. And I know Carol's gonna be one of them because, like I mentioned earlier in the video, I know there's gonna be some problem between Carol and Daryl in these 6 episodes. So I think maybe she's frustrated, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of internal problems as well with Negan and Maggie returning, because Maggie's not going to be happy with Negan being free, so that's going to cause a lot of like stress between the people as well. And then we cut back to the Commonwealth. They're calling action here, and then we do a close up on this guy who's part of the Commonwealth, which I found really interesting. So because they did this close-up of this character, I'm kind of thinking that this character is probably someone important. Whether that's going to be a brand new character or possibly a character we haven't, or a character we've seen before, who knows, or a character who has a connection with somebody. Because remember, the Commonwealth is a huge group, so I wouldn't be surprised if we meet people in the Commonwealth that has connections with other characters that we've already seen on the show, because stuff like that does happen in the comics, and it makes sense because the Commonwealth is a huge group, like I said. I think it's possibly could be Mercer. The only reason I'm kind of doubting that is because Mercer does have a different type of suit in the comics, so it could possibly be him, or it could just be a brand new character. But again, I think because of the close-up, it's obviously telling us that this character is going to be important. So you guys let me know, what do you think about this character? Let me know your theories and your opinions about the whole trailer in this season, because this trailer was pretty amazing, I thought. It really gave us information that I wasn't expecting, like the Hershel Jr. and the Lucille stuff, so that was great. But yeah, February 28th, that's when The Walking Dead returns. That is the trailer, so I am going to wrap it up there. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Again, be sure to subscribe if you're a fan of the show, because we have a lot of content coming up. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon.